Well, sometimes there's a collection of Porter Caver, Craftsman, Milwaukee, Harbor Freight to do a job. Uh, and I could tell you from a quality standpoint, Harbor Freight's not that bad. If you're really on a tight budget and you, you know, it's not a bad brand. I've had good luck out of Bauer. I'd probably say the number one thing I got against Bauer and that kind of line is the battery strength. Doesn't last. You know, uh, I still use electrical stuff. My Sawzall's a Milwaukee. The Forge batteries, uh, Milwaukee. The quality is much better. I'm sure DeWalt is too, but I already got. That's the only two portable battery power tools that I use is Bauer and Milwaukee, and the majority of my stuff is Milwaukee, just because I enjoy the quality of it. I don't enjoy paying the price for it, so like the vacuum, I wasn't gonna buy, spend $300 on a Milwaukee. It just doesn't make sense. If there's something that you're using every day, maybe guys are having good luck out of Bauer. I don't know, but as far as a budget, I mean, we all would like, pay $10 for this and $10 for that or whatever, and it lasts you a long time. But I mean, the jack stand at Daytona that I bought up there, I've had it for like 7 years. That's a little Craftsman jack stand. Like I said, Porter Wagner. I got a couple grinders that I've bought over the past few years. I think they're all made in China anyway. It's one of those things. But anyway, this is not about the truck. It's just, kind of a rant on. I had a guy say something to me about tools and stuff, or you got to have snap-on. Well, I got snap-on stuff. My dad used to turn wrenches for a living, and I kind of did too. But I actually Craftsman. I still got the same Craftsman tools for 40 years. But I bought stuff from Harbor Freight and went over to Advance Auto, bought that little creeper. Uh, you don't have to spend, you know, I think that was from Amazon. Yeah. And unfortunate fact is, that's that's a piece of crap, but it still works. The handle is tore. I just got it held together with electrical tape. Hell, old hillbillies like me will keep up. But like I said, I got a lot of Craftsman stuff. Got some Milwaukee stuff. A collection of this and that. But I think it just basically, stick to your budget, and if there's a tool that you need, you buy it, and or you borrow it. But yeah, we don't have. I don't borrow a lot of tools. It just and having this stuff is great. But if you got a friend and he'll let you borrow it and you won't tear the shit up, by all means, treat it like it's your own. It's just like when guys are at work, they don't. That's the biggest thing I see when things get tore up. They don't take ownership of stuff, so they're hard on things. And then the next person that goes to use it, oh, this thing's a piece. No, it's because it was abused the wrong way, and you don't clean things up after you get done with it. So like, I'll spend an hour or better after I get done, putting the street tires back on pickle. And, we don't plan on racing for, I would say, I don't know, we'll probably go in August. I don't enjoy the heat. That's the time we go down to the creek, the flat bridge, and enjoy the water. Might do some car shows, stuff like that. But, even that, I don't know. Time has got so many other things going on. We are planning on a little vacation with the grandkids and her daughter and son-in-law, just to get a few days and enjoy herself. But I prefer to do drag racing. We go and we compete in a modern Hemi shootout, a street shootout, Mo Party. We're going to try to hit that Mopar Nationals in London, Kentucky this year. And I got some good friends that I've met, and it's just about hanging out with a lot of like-minded people and stuff. And a lot of people want to go just do nothing but car shows. But again, this is not really about drag racing. It's just, I just had a guy, young guy, neighbor, that needed to borrow some tools, and I just looked at him. I said, "Look, I worked hard for this stuff, so, and I'm going to help you out." And he took care of the stuff. 20-year-old kid. Sometimes you got to give him a chance, and he didn't tear it up. He used it and thanked me, and he just doesn't have, at 20 years old, you're just kind of starting off. But and remember that. I mean, sometimes, if you want to go to Harbor Freight and get you some tools, at least you'll have them. And if something happens, you're in a tight spot and you got to have those tools, you got them. But probably over the last 40 years, well, it's kind of like that movie Gran Turismo. Remember just all the collection of tools over the years. And hell, I opened a toolbox the other day, and I was kind of shocked at what I had. Anyway, don't be scared to use the cheap tools. They're not really cheap tools; they're more economical. But now I will say one thing about detail products: use F11. I'm out.